Coming up on Point News, one of our reporters sits down with a newly elected official. His message for Point Park students and students across the state.
And we'll give you the latest info on tomorrow's Light Up Night.
Plus, we've got the latest updates on efforts to make walking in downtown safer. Point News starts now.
Live from the Point Park University Broadcast Center in downtown Pittsburgh, this is Point News.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Daniels.
And I'm Aaron Myler. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were separated by just over 1% in Pennsylvania during last week's election. But that wasn't the only close race here in the Keystone State. The race for Attorney General was separated by less than 3%.
Point News reporter Josh Krupp had the chance to sit down with last week with Pennsylvania's new Attorney General, Democrat Josh Shapiro.
Hello, we're joined now by Commissioner Josh Shapiro. He is the Democratic nominee for Pennsylvania's Attorney General. Josh, thank you so much for coming on.
Good to be with you.
First of all, why do you want this position? Why do you want to be in the office of Attorney General after so many bad headlines have been written about this office in recent months?
Because I want to clean up the mess, and I'm a proven executive. I run Pennsylvania's third largest county, and we've turned things around there, and I want to turn things around here in the Office of Attorney General. I also want to be the people's Attorney General, the one person every single Pennsylvanian can rely on to protect their rights and make their communities safer and stronger. And I've got a plan to helping on college campuses and helping college students as their Attorney General.
And if you do get voted in, what are some of your goals once you do get into the office?
We have to restore integrity and fairness to our justice system to make sure everyone gets a fair shot. We've got to protect people's rights, whether it's a woman's right to choose or the rights of our LGBTQ brothers and sisters in Pennsylvania. We've got to deal with scams against our seniors and tackle the heroin epidemic, which is claiming more lives than anything else in Pennsylvania. Deal with gun violence in our communities. Protect people's Second Amendment rights, but also make sure that we're getting illegal guns off our streets. These are some of my priorities and something I'll do when I hit the ground running.
And one final thing to the students that are watching, how would you explain to them the role of the Attorney General and how would you fulfill that role?
I'm the one person that's there to protect your constitutional rights, as I said a moment ago, whether it's the rights of our LGBTQ students here on campus, or whether it's dealing with campus sexual assault, whether it's making sure that we protect you from these aggressive student loan companies, whatever the case may be. Young people need to get out and vote. You need to be a part of this election and help elect the next Attorney General, the next Senator, the next President, and make sure that your mark is on that vote. Don't leave it to someone else. Make sure that your voice is heard.
Commissioner, thank you very much.
Thank you.
After Donald Trump was elected to be the 45th president last Tuesday, many protests broke out across the nation and also in Pittsburgh. College students outraged by the election outcome came together at the University of Pittsburgh. Additionally, on Sunday, about 100 residents protested peacefully at Point State Park. And last night, hundreds of Pitt students peacefully marched from the Cathedral of Learning to the South Side. This was not an anti-Trump protest, but an effort to grow peace and kindness.
As we all know from last week's election results, Donald Trump won the Electoral College, defeating Hillary Clinton in what is being called one of the biggest political upsets in U.S. history. And in some cases, the results caught students by surprise.
He was elected. I literally haven't been on Facebook at all.
Oh yes, he was elected.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No. That's no way.
Yes.
Everybody that really wants Trump is like, Trump.
Right.
And then it's like Bernie and Hillary, and some people didn't want to vote for Hillary, and some people did third party. So I was like, it's going to be Trump. And then I watched it, and I was like, this is sad.
Donald Trump will be officially sworn in as the 45th President of the United States on January 20th.
Trump's transition team has been announced throughout the week, and Vice President-elect Mike Pence has taken charge of who's on it. Some of its key members include former Ohio Secretary of State Ken Blackwell, retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, and former Attorney General Edwin Meese, and also Republican David Malpass. His cabinet members are still yet to be determined.
Paul Ryan has been nominated by his fellow Republicans as Speaker of the House for next year. Ryan was nominated during a Republican closed-door meeting. This will be voted on by the entire House, including the Democrats, next year when the Trump presidency begins. For Ryan to retain his title as Speaker of the House, at least 218 of his colleagues in Congress have to cast their votes for him.
Pittsburgh's annual Light Up Night is being held tomorrow, and if you're in the city, there's no better way to celebrate the beginning of the holiday season. Events include concerts from DEA and OAR, fireworks near the Roberto Clemente Bridge. The PPG rink officially opens up, and all those lighting decorations across the city will finally be lit.
Light Up Night may be tomorrow, but Point Park is already in the holiday spirit. Workers are already putting up Christmas decorations in Lawrence and Academic Halls, West Penn, and University Center. The question that often comes to mind, though, is it too soon to see signs of Christmas before Thanksgiving?
I think they look really nice. However, I think they should wait till after the Thanksgiving holiday, as it's not really the Christmas spirit yet until the beginning of December or so.
Thanksgiving, a recent report says to expect a bump in holiday travelers next week.
According to AAA, over 1 million more Americans will be traveling over Thanksgiving than last year. If this holds true, that would mark the 8th consecutive year of growth. AAA also said, that 9 out of 10 travelers will do so by car, despite the national average price of gasoline going up in recent months. Even so, AAA reports that most travelers will experience the second cheapest gas prices since 2008.
A local convenience store chain released a...
Wisdom, creations, and memories. We share what makes us laugh and what angers us. Built on the notion of a free flow of ideas, our country thrives on the freedom of speech. Without it, who would watch over our governing powers? And how would we share our history to make a difference for the future? It's this freedom to share that gives us a reason to listen.
All right, guys, any questions on scripts? We good to go?
Yep, right. Should be good.
All right, great. All right, yeah, camera 3, set up right there. Camera 2, all right. Use the bar when you're moving this around, but set up for the 2 shot, just right there. Weather, how we doing?
It go rain.
Perfect.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Sarah Mackin with you. The real host, Adrian Dillon, was seen snuggling up.
All right, prompter. We got everything in. We're good to go. Key Pro, everything loaded. We're good to go. All right, Tyler, any questions?
That shot looks fine.
3, 2, 1. Bring up camera 2. Open mics. Cue talent.
Good morning and welcome to Daybreak. I'm Blaine King.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Aubrey Henkin.
And I'm Aaron Myler.
And this is Entertainment on Point.
Beyonce has surprised us again.
Kanye West just tweeted.
This was a huge weekend at the box office.
A fan favorite TV show just got canceled.
Guess what band is coming to the city? And the award went to...
But did you see her engagement ring?
Her outfit was awful.
I would fire her stylist.
Tune in for all of your Hollywood gossip and pop culture news.
Entertainment on Point.
Get into the point of pop culture.
PPG Paints Arena will be hosting some exciting concerts next year. New Kids on the Block is touring with Boyz II Men and Paula Abdul for the Total Package Tour. They will perform at the arena on July 1st. Bruno Mars also announced his new tour for his album, 24 Karat Magic, that will make a stop at the PPG Paints Arena on August 22nd. Tickets for both concerts go on sale within next week.
Crossing streets downtown can be scary, sometimes due to oncoming traffic. Thanks to Point Park's Public Safety Department, these yield signs were added. The yield within crosswalk signs are now in place on Wood Street and First Avenue. Point Park Assistant Vice President and Chief of Police Jeffrey Bissong emailed students about the new signs, which are there to ensure pedestrian safety while crossing the street on campus.
Across the street to go to class or go practice, I am, risking my life. But I'm happy that the state sees that and that they put those crosswalks in.
Keeping the Point Park University campus safe is the top priority of the Public Safety Department. The song also reminded students to continue to use caution when crossing all streets around campus.
7-Eleven fans have spoken, and the new Canada Dry Cranberry Ginger Ale Slurpees will be coming to the Pittsburgh region. To celebrate their 50th anniversary of the Slurpee, 7-Eleven is rolling out some seasonal flavors that fans have chosen themselves. Pittsburghers chose the local favorite, soda, to represent the burg with its Slurpee flavor.
Coming up on Point News, a local college football team stunned the sports world over the weekend.
And will we see snow before Thanksgiving? We have your weather forecast coming up.
Here on the Pioneer sideline, we talk a lot about sports in the studio, but it's beforehand when the conversation is actually interesting.
I hope I have enough powder on. I don't want to be too shiny on camera.
No, Trevor, I think it looks good. Every week you pull it off.
Ah, thanks, Phil. Man, your hair looks great tonight, by the way.
You sure? Yeah, I mean, I got a new haircut, but it looks alright.
Hey, guys. Does this make me look fat?
No, you look great. You look good.
Yeah, Kyle.
Thanks. That was really...
Sports! Yeah!
Ever wanted to be behind the mic and have the world listening to your show on campus? Well, it's just as simple as joining WPPJ, Point Park's student-run radio station, located on the second floor of Lawrence Hall, right next to the dining services. Listeners can tune in using Point Park's website or through the TuneIn app by searching WPPJ. WPPJ welcomes any new DJs that want to get involved, so be heard. Do you have what it takes?
Well, no one showed up to the show tonight. Follow my lead. In 3, 2, take 2, open mics, cue talent. Good evening and welcome to UView News. I'm Josh Krupp. We begin with breaking news out of West Penn Hall. Ready, 3, take lower third. Traffic is backed up in the West Penn elevator line after elevator 1 broke down on the 7th floor. Lose lower third. Maintenance advises students to take the stairs to avoid delays. Ready, 2, take 2. In other news, no, you know what? I didn't sign up for this. We need crew. Join UView. Take alien hand transition.
When people think of Pittsburgh, there are a number of things that come to mind. Football, steel, Permanis.
But not many know about a local establishment that's reaches far beyond Pittsburgh. Point News reporter Andrew Henderson has the story.
The urban renewal of Pittsburgh's East End has been underway for several years. The One Lawrenceville institution has been here since before all the renewal.
It may not look like much from the outside, but Lawrenceville's Blue Moon Bar has a drag legacy reaching around the globe. Ask any drag queen in Pittsburgh where she got her start, and there's a good chance she'll tell you that she started right here. Blue Moon serves a unique mixture of cheap cocktails, a dive bar aesthetic, and of course, exceptional performance.
My drag is very campy, very, some would say over the top, fun, energetic. I sing, I dance, I try to act.
Michael Zito is better known around here as Miss Dixie Sherwood, a glittering, glowering force of nature. And as a Blue Moon queen, she has some large tap shoes to fill. Blue Moon boasts a surprisingly large number of successful alumni, including more than one globally recognized queen, including RuPaul's Drag Race winners Sharon Needles and Alaska. But for these performers, it isn't just about the fame.
I love making other people happy. That's what does it for me. If I can, like I said, if I can take that person out of their life for 2 minutes, that's the ticket. That's what it is.
Blue Moon has been hosting drag shows every Saturday night for nearly a decade. And with more and more queens rising through the ranks to show their unique sense of style and showmanship, there's no indication that things will slow down anytime soon. Reporting from Blue Moon in Lawrenceville, I'm Andrew Henderson.
Our first snowfall of the year could be on the way.
Let's toss it over to Alex Martich for the forecast. Alex?
Thanks, guys. Now, all I have to say is that you're going to have to hold on to that warm weather while you still can. Now, while today we're having some very nice temperatures and, It's pretty pleasant outside. As the weekend comes on, tomorrow actually, we're going to have a little bit of the same. We're even going to get up into the 70s. But as we get closer into the weekend, our worst fears are going to be acknowledged. We have our first chance of snow for this year, as we are going to get near the freezing point. And Sunday, we're going to have a chance as well. Now we're going to throw it over to Jacqueline for sports.
Thanks, Alex. The Steelers have a 4-5 record so far this season after suffering a heartbreaking loss to the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. The Steelers trailed 29-24 late in the fourth quarter when Big Ben faked the spike and threw the ball to Antonio Brown to take the lead 30-29. The only problem, Dallas still had a 42-second and three timeouts to work with. Rookie Dak Prescott led the team down the field, and Ezekiel Elliott capped the game-winning drive off with an untouched 32-yard touchdown run. The Steelers remain the second in the AFC North and will head into a battle against their rivals from Cleveland this week. The Pitt Panthers pulled their biggest win of the season on Saturday, upsetting the number 2 team in the nation, the Clemson Tigers. It was a tight game throughout, but Pitt would go on to win 43-42 after a game-winning kick from Chris Belwitt. Pitt now ranks 3rd in the ACC. Despite the loss, the Tigers currently sit at number 4 behind Michigan in the college football playoff standings. Hopefully, Pitt can keep their winning 6-4 record up because they play Duke this Saturday at 3 o'clock. It was a sad 7-1 loss for the Penguins yesterday against the Capitals. With a 10-4-2 season record, the Penguins shouldn't have a problem in tomorrow's matchup against the New York Islanders, who rank at number 8, with a 5-8-3 record. The Penguins currently hold the 3rd spot in the Metropolitan Division. Tomorrow's game is set to start at 7 o'clock. And the Point Park women's volleyball team was upset in the quarterfinals of the River States Conference Tournament at Cincinnati University last week. The Pioneers entered the game riding an undefeated record in the conference. Despite their 3-2 loss to Cincinnati Christian, Our Lady Pioneers will advance to the NAIA opening round this Saturday because they won the regular season conference title. This will be their 3rd consecutive appearance in the national tournament. Back to Aaron.
That does it for this week's Point News. Be sure to join us next Thursday live at 2 p.m.
Have a great week, everybody.